Hey guys, how's it going? This is just a video for the tutorial. So basically, if you're looking at the Moodle page, I'll show you real fast. Share screen, share. Okay. So this is the Moodle page. Just for the sake of time, we are skipping week 9 and jumping right into week 10. These tabs. Okay. So week 9's hidden. We might come back to it later, but for now we're just going to go right into week 10. And this is the instructions. So I'm just going to kind of go through them real fast. Basically, I'm just going right out of the book, the exercises from chapter 7. And so those involve design checks with a profile, like if you're building a road, to verify that it's not too steep, doesn't have too many bumps, and all that good stuff. Basically, AutoCAD will do all the thinking for you to verify that it's a safe road. And so depending on the speed that you set it to be. So we're going to start off right here by selecting Jordan Court, this alignment, and go over to Surface Profile. Click on that tool. We're basically going to add the surface to the alignment. So you can just do this by clicking this Add button. Now we're going to click on this Draw and Profile view. All right, so now we're going to create a profile view without changing any of these parameters here. So just click on that guy, and you can just place it over here on the side. So basically, this is kind of like the profile view of the alignment if you're looking at it from the side. So if you zoom in, you can look at one of these topo lines. So right here at around 4 plus 50, 60, 70, 80 or so, the elevation should be 191. So if you look at 4 plus 80 or so, where were we? Yeah. 4 plus 80 or so should be around 190. Yep, looks good. And so this is our profile. So basically what we're going to do is draw in a new profile that's a little bit smoother. Obviously we don't really want this bump in our road here. This might be a little bit of a off-road experience, and we don't really want that in our subdivision. So what we're going to do is draw a new profile. So you can do that by clicking on the grid here. Go over here to Profile Creation Tools, just like that. And we're going to change the label set to none. Just going to turn off all the labels so we can see things a little better. All right, so I hit OK. And on this little menu bar, we can go over here to Draw Tangents with Curves. All right, we're going to start over here on the left. You can just start at the end point right here. Oh, I got to turn on my OSnap. Alrighty, boom. And we don't want too many in here, or else AutoCAD's going to have to think too hard. So basically, we're just going to kind of average this red line out to like 5 or 6 points. I'm just going to kind of go here, right there. And the idea is that you kind of have equal amounts above and below the line. So if you were going to go out and build this road, you don't want to have to, buy a bunch of dirt or remove a bunch of dirt. You'd want to kind of cut this dirt out and kind of fill it in here. Does that make sense? So that's a pretty good line. And if you ever wanted to modify your line, you can just click on it and use little grippies, right? This, move it up, move it over, kind of like a lot of things we play with in this class. So what we're going to do is go over to your Prospector tab, Alignments, Center Alignment Alignments. We're going to rename this alignment profile as Jordan Court FGCL, so Future Ground Centerline, right? So that's our centerline that we want it to be. And go over here to Design Criteria, change this guy to Subdivision, all right? Hit OK, boom. All right, and then you'll see all these little warning things popping up here. So basically, these warnings, if you just hover over them, they'll tell you what's wrong. Subdivision tangent check. stopping sight distance violated. All right, so it's just saying like if you're gonna build a road, it might be kind of sketchy because it's too steep, right? You won't be able to see somebody ahead of you or whatever. One parameter that we might need to change, if you go in here to Jordan Court alignment, go into properties, we can go to this design criteria tab here, and it's set up to be 60 miles an hour, but obviously this is a residential place that we're building. So we want to change that to a slower speed limit to like 25 or so. Hit apply, okay. You notice some of those little warning sights went away. All right. If you want them all to go away, you're gonna have to move your grips. If they all go away, that means you're good. It means that your profile is following the rules. And if your symbols kind of get small like that, you just kind of gotta zoom out and hit regen all. And then they'll kind of grow on you a bit. And then you can zoom in and find out exactly what the deal is. So this might be a little too steep. That might be the issue here. So I'm gonna bring this guy up. Smooth it out a little bit. Another way to look at where these little warning sights are is you can go in this profile layout tools toolbar here. And if you accidentally close out of that, yeah, I'm gonna close out of it real fast. You can click on your profile here. And then you can go over to geometry editor and it'll pop that guy back up. You can go right here in this little table and it'll list out all of your little points. All right. So for some reason I still have an error here. Design checks violet, subdivision tangent check. Okay, so it does not like my curves. Kind of modify it a little bit more. Let's see if it went away. Nope, still there. Move this guy down a bit. Smooth it out. There we go. I think it went away. All right, regen. Beautiful. All right, well, that's how you do design checks. If you actually want to modify each design check one by one, what you can do is go to your properties, design criteria, and this is the design check set we're using is the subdivision one. You can go in here to edit, and then there's the subdivision tangent check. If you want to look at other ones, you can go into curve, and then there's all these other ones that you can have in there too. Alrighty, so that's pretty much just the assignment for this week, is to, draw your profile for your road, smooth it out a little bit, use AutoCAD's design checks to make sure it's nice and smooth, and that your K values are all nice and smooth, because you don't want to catch any air going off this at 25 miles an hour. You don't want to, get slammed into the ground in some places. Sometimes you'll see roads like that, older roads that are kind of violent when you're driving the speed limit. We want to try to avoid those kind of things. Also, we want to make sure that it's drainable. We don't want a giant puddle every time it rains. All right. So you can go ahead and just save that drawing and just email it to me and I'll give you credit. Or you can just, take a screenshot of this, using the snipping tool, that all of your little warning errors are gone. So thanks.